My name is Elizabeth Buckner. This is my little white dog Gigi, and I am going to give a presentation of the Japanese forms of poetry called Haiku and Tanka, and I wish you a happy Earth Day. This is a photograph that I took years ago, and here is the haiku that I wrote about it. This is the peace rose. The soul of the rose glows and shows compassion in nature. Then light becomes love. A short presentation on two forms of Japanese short poems, the haiku and the tanka. This particular style of poetry began in the 13th century in Japan. The haiku consists of 3 lines only and 17 syllables. Line 1 is 5 syllables, line 2 is 7 syllables, and line 3 is 5 syllables. The tanka is a slightly longer form consisting of 5 lines of 31 syllables, and the first line is 5 syllables, the second line is 7, the third line is 5, and the last 2 are 7 syllables each. The haiku and the tanka use sensory language such as smell, taste, touch, sound, and sight to capture a feeling or a colorful image inspired by nature, beauty, or a poignant experience. Some of the subjects that are commonly used in the haiku are nature. And if you want to be inspired to write a nature poem, take a walk, look at a photograph or a painting for inspiration, or even a bouquet of flowers. A second subject that's common is the seasons of spring, summer, fall, and winter. And it's suggested you use a specific detail about the season or an annual or semi-annual event. And another subjects are a person, an object, or an event. And it is suggested that you focus on one subject in the poems, in the piece, because they are so short. So don't use very simple language, but don't use cliches, although metaphors are okay. Write in the present tense and use concrete images and descriptions, and try to end with a surprising last line, an aha moment of enlightenment. So I'm going to give you some examples of haikus and tankas, and I want you to listen. Well, the first example of a haiku is by the Japanese poet Basho, and of course it was written in Japanese, and the English translation does not totally follow the number of syllables per line. So I'm going to read it with a pause between each line so you can hear what I'm talking about. He titled it The Sun Path. The sun's way, hollyhocks turn toward it through all the months of May. The second and third poems are written by a local poet and artist named George Asdell, and listen for the number of syllables in each line. And his subject matter was spring. Spring jasmine flowers, wilting in summer sunshine, hummingbirds thirsty. Did you hear the syllables? The second one is 20 robins hunt for juicy, free-range earthworms, young cat overwhelmed. Did you hear the syllables? The fourth example is written by me, and it is entitled Gigi. My little white dog talks with her tail, tags, and toys. Look at me now. And the last example I'm going to give is of a tanka that I wrote recently. Listen for the syllables. Our world needs calmness. A carpet of chamomile growing everywhere. Spring invites us to pause now. Savor the season with tea.